Good morning, mga ka-F. Let's try to study the Dutch language because I'm going to take this examination this month, and these are the notes that I have prepared. So these are numbered 1 to 60, and you have to memorize all of these questions in order for you to get the passing score, of course. And this book also contains the color, the basic number, and also it talks about the conversation of Dutch language. So there is no English translation for this. So you have to get familiar of these words, although I am struggling to get these words synced into my brain. But in this case, we have to, okay? So this is the speaking exams, and I have a note here as well that I am taking some notes here. I am taking exams for myself. I am checking. These are the questions. See, and this is also the photo book that you need to memorize. This is also, it contains the pictures. It talks about their history. It talks about what is their, culture, what is their politics, and everything. So this numbered 1 to 100. I already memorized all the 100 numbers, and this is also their puzzle that you need to, crossword puzzles that you need to be familiar of these words. So inano siya kapoy. So let's start now. Now let's try to read this if we can understand, or we will try to enunciate it in the way when they speak their language. Although it's very hard, it's very difficult because they have their own accent, they have their own pronunciations, so do not expect that I can read this perfectly, but at least we will try. Because, I am a beginner, so let's try to read this as much as I can. So, number 1. So, there are translations at the bottom. I prepared this by myself. And then you can easily go through reading the translation in English if you cannot understand. Okay, number 1. So, vraag en antwoord. 1 tot en met 60. So, 1, or that's number 1. So by the way, I will read it into a Dutch because it's written into a Dutch. Although there are answers there, but we will try to read that in Dutch as well. So 1. Baby got you one in Netherlands. Ik blijf bij mijn partner. That's the answer. Number 2. Hoe bent u hier gekomen? So, ik was uitgenodigd. That's the answer. Number 3. Hoe gaat het met you? You can answer like this way. It got good. And jou? Based on my research, when I try to ask my partner, my boyfriend, if this is the question like this, he told me that you have to answer that way. It got good. And jou? You have to answer it back, even if it's just only a question. But I'll try to follow what is his advice because he's Dutch, Or kung tapulan ka, pwede na kaming good, or pwede na kaming ik ben good. In very informal way, you could also say good, like that. In realistic, in realistic, world, you can also say like that. And next is, who got you naar you werken? So, who got you naar werken? So, you can say, meet the train. Number 5, or 5. Hoe laat begint je met werken? So, you can say, 8 uur ochtends if it is 8 o'clock in the morning. But if it is 7 o'clock in the morning, you could also say 7 uur ochtends or 7 uur 's morgens. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It depends on how are you going to answer. Very, very important. You should know the numbering from 1 to 10, their number 1 to 10, 1 to 10.